right, guys. Welcome to a very special edition of the Epic Radio Show.
Epic Radio Show.
We have Claude DeBord and Dr. Lori D'Angelo on the show. Claude is going to be talking to us about the annual Halloween festival we attended last week.
It was fun.
And Lori D'Angelo is a doctor of psychology and is going to be talking with us on the importance of mental health awareness. We're going to be talking about a Nirvana. I can talk. We're going to be talking about a Nirvana item being auctioned off, a dog that was missing for 12 years getting reunited with its owner. We also got playing with balls, crazy news, much more. Keep it locked right here on the Epic Radio Show. Show. I am your host, Epic. Like I said earlier, this is going to be a very special show. It's the first time we've had two guests on at the same time. We'll see how that pans out. Yep. You know how our luck is. Also, to my left, we got Mark Warren in the house.
Howdy do, everybody.
Yes.
Hi there.
Hi.
Yes. How was your week, buddy?
My week was all right. Launched the Warren Brothers Broadcasting Network thing on YouTube. I've done a couple episodes of that.
I saw that.
And I have a handful of viewers so far.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I was watching. I was watching the second episode, commenting.
Right.
It was pretty good.
It's
well, it's a work in progress, let's just say.
Correct.
But, I mean, the fact that you're going on there and just kind of doing it and then building up as you go, I mean, it's kind of what we did too.
Well, if everything were perfect right from the start, I mean, that would be stupid.
Yeah.
Then you only go downhill from there.
Yeah.
Start off being a piece of crap and then polish that turd.
I never understood that saying.
What?
Downhill from here, because, you know, it's easier to go downhill than it is uphill.
Yeah, it is.
But you're already at the top of the hill.
So much easier to go downhill.
I mean, I say the same as you. I think it's harder to go uphill. It's an uphill struggle. But if you're already at the top of the hill, what else is there?
I guess.
You just roll down that hill like Jack and Jill, and the pail comes tumbling after.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, speaking of the pail.
Speaking of the pail.
How you doing, Ashley?
Pretty good. I'm in the box.
Yeah, we have Ashley over here.
Spelling.
In the box.
I'm in the box. I'm just hanging out in the box.
I redid all of our
all the
backgrounds.
Stuff. Yeah.
So everything's completely 100% original. I didn't use anybody else's set pieces or whatever you want to call it.
Fuck that.
I decided I wanted to. Yeah, thank you, Ryan.
He said, wishing you guys decent mental wellness, but the whole hill thing, I'm not sure. I'm not sure really either. I'm not
it's a
sure.
good debate.
The hill.
It is a good debate.
Fucking hills. I like rolling down hills, so I mean.
I'm a master debater.
Get out of here. Just leave. Just leave now. Walk out of the room.
Yeah, I did it this morning.
Don't come back.
Twice.
Jesus. What, debated?
Yeah.
Yeah, he debated.
Gotcha.
By myself.
Lots of debating.
I Netflix and chill by myself.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's horrible.
Jesus.
Oh,
what
goodness.
What is happening already today? Oh, my God. I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna shut my face.
Oh, my goodness.
Yay, Allison. She said, yay, Ashley. Like, woo.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. Yay, me. That's right.
So, anyways, I guess getting into our first topic of the day, because we started a little late, so everything's a little crazy. Of course, Windows wanted to update this morning,
so, hey.
even though I was like on the computer last night, saw it needed updated, push the update button, for it to update and restart.
Yeah, whatever.
This morning, nope. Decides, no, you know what? We're gonna make your life a little harder this morning.
What the fuck is this about? Why Ryan is like barbed wire around Ashley, got her boxed in? But that sounds a little. I don't know how I feel about that. Not sure.
There's no barbed wire.
It kind of looks like it in the one shot.
Oh,
it doesn't look like it's
Does
barbed
it?
wire necessarily,
it's
but like
fencing.
fencing. Yeah.
It's fencing,
She's
not barbed wire. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get that. That's a weird way to go with that.
You're in the sequel to the Pam Anderson movie. They couldn't get her, so Barbed Wire 2 starring Ashley.
Starring Ashley. Yeah, you couldn't get
That's
Pamela
amazing.
Anderson, but let's just Ashley will
Shoot you with guns?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's funny how me and Ashley look like The Walking Dead, but
I am the Walking Dead.
like your complexion and that light.
You're popping today.
Mark.
I know.
You're on
It's
fleek.
finally happened after about 4 weeks of
Yeah.
looking paler than you two combined right now.
No
That's
one looks
finally
paler than
hitting.
me. Don't you sit there and act like you've ever looked paler than me.
Oh, I was in the first few weeks of this
Oh, no,
program.
no,
Today, I look like that Hamilton fella.
Don't
Not
you sit there.
the George Hamilton.
Compare.
That is
George
his name.
Hamilton?
Crispy.
Crispy?
What does that even mean?
He's crispy.
Like,
Are you like crispy bacon?
Yeah, like overcooked Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh yeah.
oh,
He
gotcha.
did those commercials. He was a crispy kernel.
No, but who's what was
George
his name?
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy's name? The actor.
Oh goodness.
From Seinfeld?
I don't know what's going on.
No, I don't think he's that guy.
Oh, well, who?
I think George is his first name. He's never really been in anything huge that I can think of.
Maybe that's why I don't know the name.
He's got a nice voice.
Yeah,
He's a good actor. Not really that good, though.
I want to say because we were talking about my paleness, right?
I know.
Okay.
Well, go ahead.
But
Go
can
ahead.
I actually
yeah, that's
talk,
fine.
please?
Yeah,
Thank you.
go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm actually very pale, but last Saturday at the Halloween festival that we went to, my fucking face got burned. October 5th, I had the fucking worst sunburn of my whole life. Like, I feel like, probably not my whole life, but at least the whole year, right? It was like right all across here, my whole forehead was all red. You can't tell. You can't
It was
tell
red
now.
like a crab or lobster
Right,
or
this was like
whatever.
a week
Red
and
lobster.
8 days ago, and everything's peeled since then, and now back to pale.
But I told you that's what was going to happen.
I knew that one of that. I told
Yeah.
Emily, I was like, "You're gonna come back next weekend. You're not even gonna know I got burned."
Yep.
It's crazy. It just all sinks into my skin, and just goes.
Yeah,
to my bones.
Mark has jaundice for some reason. I don't know.
I have jaundice now? Don't infants have jaundice?
Sometimes.
Ryan sent you ginger burn.
Me?
No, Ashley.
Oh,
No,
her,
me,
yeah.
me.
Spends 5
It's
minutes
crazy.
in the sun.
I spent like hours in the sun, and it was
Oh.
a bad burn. It hurt, and then can't even tell now.
I don't know
No
if you
tan,
noticed,
nothing.
I'm sporting the official Epic Radio Show
The
hoodie.
radio show. The
I
radio
paid
show.
almost full price for it.
You probably played more of them.
But it's starting to get a little colder out. It's about to be fall. It is fall now, right?
Yes.
It is
Yes,
fall.
it is. It is fall. Oh, that's funny. Rachel said Casper the Ghost, Ashley Garsky, and we saw that commercial with Casper in it.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
such a funny commercial.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Let's get into our first
yeah, let's
topic.
get into the first topic. We're just talking about weird shit.
Yeah. Nirvana.
Nirvana.
Yes.
Yeah, Nirvana.
Known for their music,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
And also known for their lead singer who committed suicide.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh.
Okay. I didn't
All
know
right.
you were
I didn't know
Kurt
Kurt
Cobain.
Cobain's arms were 9 foot long.
whatever. Anyways, so
It just got really quiet in here.
yeah, that was really strange, Mark. Okay. So anyways, they are putting up on auction.
Auction.
Um
I feel like I'm saying it fancy.
his sweater that he wore during the MTV Unplugged. And it's never been washed since 1993.
Whew.
Probably wasn't washed very often before then either.
Exactly, because it was Kurt
Cobain was a filthy human being. It was
Yes.
gross.
That's like 26 years.
Yep.
Jesus
But they
Christ.
plan on selling it. I believe is it on eBay? Let me
That's
check.
just gross.
Oh, it hasn't been auctioned off yet?
I don't think it has. No, the auction's going to be on 25
just so gross.
October 25th and 26th. Julian's Auctions.
That's just nasty, man. I can't handle
And they're expected to get anywhere from $200,000 and $300,000. This was reported by the Rolling Stone.
I'm glad everybody so far agrees that it's gross.
Yeah, dude. Like,
yeah, Allison said yuck, and Ryan said smell has faded though. Barely smell the hookers and weed anymore.
I know.
Barely.
It definitely doesn't smell
Just
like Teen
barely.
Spirit.
There you go.
Definitely does not. I can't imagine that. Ugh.
Maybe it does though, because it is just a deodorant.
Ugh. She said both the sweater and the music. That's funny.
Yes.
I don't think there's anybody in this world I'm that obsessed with that I would want to buy something that hasn't been washed. Like,
I mean, it still
since
has.
they've worn it, I can't do it.
There's burn marks.
There's burn marks.
There's burn marks in the sweater because he smoked.
Yeah.
So why
there's
is he
stains on there.
So, but like, why was he just so nonchalant about a sweater? Why can't he take care of his stuff?
I don't.
Why are there
I mean,
burn
he
marks
was
on
smoking on stage.
Why?
Well,
doesn't
because
seem-
it was 92
I
and that's what
understand,
you
but
could
like,
do back
why
then.
though? Why would you want to just have burn? Like, why would you just be so
It actually said there's burn marks.
willy-nilly
Yes,
about your
it did.
sweater? If I got a hole in my sweater, I'd be sad about it. I wouldn't be like just waving my fucking
There's
cigarette
still
around.
The thing
sweat
is-
stains in it.
Ew.
It's a raggedy,
nasty.
crappy sweater. It was never
So?
supposed to be a six-figure item
That's
at an auction.
Like-
Why
Exactly.
doesn't he care about his sweater?
I own 10
I need to go back
sweaters
to-
like
He doesn't
that.
care because
I need to go about I need to go back to 92 when I was a year old and ask him, what the fuck? Why don't you care about your clothes?
I want to see the sweater that he was wearing when Courtney Love murdered him. How much is that
goodness.
going for at auction?
Oh, we're not talking conspiracy theories today, bud. We're
Do we
not.
talk conspiracy theories any day?
No.
We
At
do.
what point did we
sure.
say? Well, at what point did I say it's a conspiracy theory?
Hey,
There's
I
facts.
mean,
You know,
some people don't.
I actually
think that's
do
true, so
around Halloween.
I don't have an opinion on that.
I want to get one of these paranormal people on.
Oh yeah, you
Let's
did.
talk about ghosties. We actually interviewed one paranormal investigator
Yeah.
at DeBord's Halloween Festival. Yep.
Yes, sir.
So you'll see that a little later. We took some video when we were there.
Yeah, don't mind the shaky camera. That was my bad.
And then we also took a
Didn't have enough
video
crack today.
of us being at the Magnolia Clubhouse where Lori
Or too much
D'Angelo.
crack, maybe?
What's that?
I'm sorry. What?
Lori D'Angelo is the director of.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I know.
I'd buy DNA from like smart people if I was genetically inclined to build some folks. Not Teen Spirit from the Gap.
But Teen Spirit wasn't from the Gap. It was a deodorant.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. That's funny.
Yeah.
It was. I remember that.
And this, I mean, is that implying that Kurt Cobain wasn't intelligent?
I don't know.
I don't
Because
know.
he was.
He was intelligent. He
You
was
have to be
just
fairly
gross.
smart to write those songs. He was just a huge drug addict.
Yeah.
And when he spent 8 days in prison, he got obsessed with it and wrote several songs about his experience there. About weird, messed up.
Oh, Allison. She said I'd kill myself if I was married to Courtney Love.
I
That's
agree.
a good answer, Allison.
I agree.
Woo.
That's why it's hard for me to see it being a conspiracy because
Like, well, I gotta go.
It's just
Yeah.
angles.
yes,
I
Hey,
mean,
Chris.
his arms weren't long enough to hold a rifle. And he stuck his toe in the trigger.
He could have.
He used his toe for sure. I was there. No, I was there. I knew
Was it a rifle?
Yeah, it was a rifle.
I'm sorry.
It was
People
a shotgun.
shoot their-
A shotgun. I'm sorry. It was a shotgun.
Listen, but people shoot themselves all the fucking time with shotguns and stuff.
I'm a smart person. I make
What
bad
are you
decisions
talking
all the time.
like a sawed off?
No,
I always
I
thought it was
don't, I
a
don't know
revolver or
enough
something.
about this to even talk about it. I don't even know when he killed himself. I don't even know what
You
year
said
it was.
what?
I said I don't
No,
know.
I'm talking to Mark.
Mark, what'd you say?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, that he probably killed himself shortly before Courtney Love came back into town. No, that's a joke. No, there was some weird vagrant living with them.
Okay.
So there was that Courtney Love was just enamored with. That he was a good buddy. He was her drug dealer.
Good
Yeah.
buddy.
There's all there's too many things for it to merely be a suicide. Too many coincidences.
I mean,
Far too many
he
coincidences.
Was like super depressed though.
sometimes I'm really depressed. I don't want to go kill
So
myself.
when did he kill himself? Please,
That
somebody.
doesn't-
It was April 8th or something like that, 1994.
94.
It was 1994.
See, and now this is why we're having a discussion about mental awareness, because like some people
Thank you.
who
everybody.
have disorders may not think the same way as Mark Warren.
How old was I? I wasn't even 3 yet. in
Everyone
94.
has mental
This
disorders.
is
April
why-
5th,
It's
94.
whether they
Yeah.
come
Ryan,
to
Thank you, Ryan.
fruition or not.
That's why I don't know enough about this. I was 2 years old when he killed himself. So
Yep.
And he was
even-
found on the 8th. Is that right? There's a really good documentary about it. I saw it a
Chris
couple
misses
years
us.
ago.
He said, "Missing you
Aw.
all." He sounds like a teenage girl. Missing you all. He even has the U, like just you.
I know.
Missing, no G. Missing.
I
you
know,
all.
don't make me blush.
Oh,
Actually, make me
Chris.
blush. At least I'll have a little color.
Right.
Jeez. I actually had the color back in our face, but then we had to restart. So these cameras, for some reason, when after a while, they reset themselves.
He was 27. Huh?
Yeah, you don't look
I don't
that
know why
pale
that
in
does
real
that.
life.
I am this pale in real life.
You are, yeah.
For
You
sure,
are.
absolutely.
I'm not, though.
Don't let them fool. Don't let it's not the cameras. It's
He was
just me.
27. I didn't realize
27.
that.
I'm
He's
28.
part of the 27 Club.
Yeah.
Hendrix, Joplin, Amy Winehouse, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna get into Amy Winehouse.
Yep. Anyways, we're gonna take a break.
Taking a break.
When we get back, we're gonna play that video that we shot at Claude DeBord's
Yes. It was
Halloween
fun, though.
festival.
That was fun.
And then we're gonna talk to the man, the legend himself, Claude DeBord, and talk about
Stuff.
basically how he started it.
Yeah, stuff.
This is the 24th annual that we were just at. If there's gonna be a 25th, you have to find out. So
Sure.
yeah. So
Well,
keep it
Thomas.
locked right here on the Epic Radio Show. We shall return.
Or maybe we won't.
Perfect, 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 perfect.
So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna play your mic's off. Yeah, you turned it off.
I
during
was
the break.
eating.
Yeah.
I'm fat.
So we're gonna play our little video that we shot at DeBord's Halloween festival, and then we're gonna get him on the line, and then we're gonna talk about that after it's done. So why are you stepping in here? Why? Okay, anyways. So
why are you stepping in here? Why?
it's like the worst timing though. Anyways, we're gonna I know, it was very distracting.
It was like, what's that behind me?
Yeah.
A ghost.
So anyways, we're gonna play the video, and then right after we're gonna talk to DeBord. This is Epic with the Epic Radio Show. I'm here at the 24th annual DeBord's Halloween Festival. There's a lot of people here. There's games, there's people on stage, there's singers, performers. Having a great time here. We're going to be interviewing different vendors and different performers today. And hopefully you guys are here with us.
So sit means sit. We specialize in off-leash obedience around severe distractions. So we have our dogs listen kind of in any situation. We do in-home obedience. We specialize in a lot of problem behaviors people are having at the house. Jumping, leash pulling, barking, just general obedience. Get them to have a good family member.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been with the company now 7.5 years.
How did you get into dog training?
So I was actually a client first. I had a pit bull mix that I rescued. She was 14 weeks old, and I was having trouble with her. I put her through some other training, and I wasn't able to get where I wanted to be with that. I was still having issues with chewing up my house, jumping on people. My mom had a muscle disease, so she couldn't be jumping on her. And there was a day that she chewed the desk my dad gave me. And I said, okay, I got to do something different. So I went online and I did some research and watched some videos of different companies and came upon Sit Means Sit. So coming to you, sitting, we teach a place command. Place means get on a thing and stay there. I use that when I answer my door. Go sit on the couch. And she'll go sit on the couch and watch the door, And then when I tell her she can get up, okay, cool, and she'll come and say hi. We teach to walk nicely. We teach off and quiet are kind of our stop it commands. Okay. And then we also teach go. So much like when I was a kid, my mom would tell me, go outside and go play or go do something, that if they're kind of bugging us, we go, hey, go lay down,
Can you show us a couple examples? Okay. And who is this?
This is Chainsaw. So Chainsaw's a 5-year-old Belgian Malinois. Okay. So she's cousin to the German Shepherd. Lot of energy, a lot of drive. Her name's Chainsaw because of how mouthy I knew she was going to be as a puppy. She's always kind of want to have a toy in her mouth, be chewing stuff. Chainsaw, come here. Sit. 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 Out. So I like to give her a paycheck. So I use a frisbee. Okay. Down. Sit. Back. Pound it. Go around. Down. Roll over. Spin. Now there's one thing she's scared of, and I'm dad. I want to protect her. Fetch. Sit. She doesn't always see him. Sometimes I gotta point him out for her. Is there a spider? Oh. It's so scary. Yeah. And then she knows I'm gonna go back to my cot and chill out, chew my thing.
I'm sitting here with Eric from the Monroe Falls Paranormal Society. How did you get started into this?
Well, we put the team together probably about 10 to 12 years ago, and we've done probably close to 550 cases in that time. Probably about 10% of those cases have yielded quality evidence of some type of haunting. Some people want us to come in and help them if it's a residential, because the family's concerned or scared. Sometimes it's a historical facility, and they're curious just to find out what's going on there, or learn a little bit more history about it.
Okay. So. And what do you think the craziest thing you've come across is?
Furniture moving, me being shoved, Items being thrown at us, things like that. We've had that happen before.
How can people find you if they were interested in finding out more?
Easy if they go to Google, just search for Monroe Falls Paranormal Society, will be the top hit. Actually, we have a TV series that we did called Mysterious Midwest, and we also have a web series which continued after season 2 of that show. That's all available on our YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube and search for the Monroe Falls Paranormal Society, then you can find those episodes, plus lots of evidence.
Standing here with Hatteras Jack, the Pirates of the Rusty Cutlass. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, we kind of all came together about 5 or 6 years ago and decided that we was going to do this big haunted pirate ship, right? And it was going to be a fundraiser type thing. And it turned into a food drive where we raised like 4.5 tons of food for our local food bank. And so we all decided, hey, that was kind of fun. Let's just stick it out and make a real crew. So ever since then, we've been pirating, all over the place. We do all kinds of charity stuff and fundraising and special kids stuff, things like that. If it's got kids involved, we're all over that, But we've been doing this now for quite a while. We've done 2 haunted pirate ships, both charity fundraisers. We've been crowd entertainment for the tall ship festivals. We've gone into schools and done educational type stuff about what's real about pirates, what's more Hollywood kind of thing, that kind of stuff. And we just generally just cause all kinds of mayhem and madness. That's what we do. That's who we special.
Who's your favorite baseball team?
Oh, Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah, there we go. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're not baseball, but that's me. That's me footy ball team. All right.
That's great. All right, thank you so much. How could they find you if they wanted to book something with you?
Oh, well, we're on that there Facebook page. You can look us up at Pirates of the Rusty Cutlass. We also have a web page on that there Instagram and all that kind of stuff, too. So we're anywhere you want to find us, too.
All right, thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure meeting you, sir.
I'm sitting here with Raymond. You're selling kettle corn here. How long have you been doing this?
About 2 years.
About 2 years? And I've heard you've got a lot of flavors going on over here.
Yeah, I got quite a bit. I just do, depending on my events, I try different flavors. Today I got blue raspberry and cherry, caramel, and then regular kettle corn. And then some events I'll do like pumpkin spice or cinnamon, or I've done some buffalo and some chipotle. So it just depends on the event that I'm at. So.
And how often do you do events like this?
I try to do events just about every weekend between March and November. So it just depends on what I can find and what kind of craft shows I can find. So.
Okay, so if somebody wanted to book you for their event, how would they do that?
You could get on my Facebook page and message me at R&D's Classic Kettle Corn, and then, or you could give me I believe on there I have my phone number. You could call me, but if not, you could just message me and I'll get back to you. So that's how I normally do.
All right, thank you so much. We're definitely going to get some kettle corn from you because that chipotle sounds mighty nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Our Haunted Kent event is inside the Kent Stage Theater. and it's an hour-long presentation of the iconic buildings of Kent, Ohio, and their history and haunting. And then the Ghost Walk is just that. We walk around downtown Kent and hear some of the history and hauntings of many other buildings in downtown. So they're two different events, but on the same nights.
How long have you been doing this?
This is our 12th year.
And how did this get started?
I was on the beginning board for Main Street Kent, Ohio, and I was on the promotion board, and we were trying to think of some way to bring people into downtown Kent, and we decided to try a ghost walk. And when I resigned from the board a couple years later, Main Street Kent didn't want to do the ghost walk, so I've been keeping up the tradition ever since. Yeah.
How would they be able to get tickets? Is there a way to do that online?
If you go to the excuse me, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
thekentstage.com, you can order tickets online, or our box office is open daily, Monday through Friday from noon to 6 p.m. at the Kent Stage, and you can purchase tickets in person there.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. It's been a pleasure. We have to definitely check them out.
We're called the Grim Armory. We do cosplay. We've been doing this for about 3 or 4 years now. And we're actually trying to get into maybe making some weapons for sale down the road and trying to get the Warhammer 40K cosplay up and going, getting some more people in the groups. And
how long does it take you to do something like this?
It can be time consuming. We both work full time, so this is just our weekend project. So it took probably about 6 months to get it done.
What other things do you make? You make, it looks like big suits. You make armor. You make weapons.
We make weapons, armor, helmets.
Awesome. And what do you think about all this?
Oh, it's great. I'm the one that actually wears this thing, so I'll be dressed up in it a little bit walking around.
That's awesome. All right. All right, so I'm sure you guys can hear us now. On the line, I have Claude DeBord himself, and we're going to talk about how we started off with this Halloween festival every year. How you doing, Claude, and how you doing, Mark? Do you need a lozenge over there?
I just like that lady in the clip there.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You got a Warner's
Don't
original.
say that, dude.
Why? What? You're the one who said it. Oh, off air. Oh, that's right.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
anyways.
I screwed up. My bad.
Welcome to the show, Claude. How you doing?
Thank you. Good.
Did you hang up on him?
No, I can hear him now.
No, I'm here.
Hi, Claude.
Hey.
Hi.
So I wanted to talk about a little bit. Well, actually, mostly about your festival. You've been doing it now over 24 years. How did that get started?
It started in my backyard, and the first couple years was nothing elaborate, just a bunch of family and friends, and I would still decorate all day long, so it wasn't a normal party, but it was nothing like it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And after a few years, I wanted to have a block party. And I remember watching an episode of the old TV show Wonder Years, where one of their neighbors actually had a Labor Day block party. I thought that's the coolest thing, and I've lived in Florida and Ohio, and nobody ever has block parties. I've talked to people, nobody ever knows of anybody's had block parties. So I started printing up flyers and literally just going door to door, handing them out, laminating my flyers and putting them on local telephone poles. And, I had a bunch more people come. And so then next year I would increase the flyers. And I started getting what I called special guests, which like the first year I think I had a guy, Grandpa Munster impersonator, who was so good he's actually in Vegas doing this now full time. and other local people like the Kent State mascot. So, every year I would increase it. So maybe the first year I had 2 special guests, the next year it might have been 7, then it might have been 16. And every year as I was adding what I called the special guests, I was increasing flyers. So the first year maybe I had, 20, and this year I had 40,000.
Dang.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, we were there. It was packed. Maybe not as soon as it opened, but by the time we left, I mean, it was pretty much shoulder to shoulder. We did most of our recording in the beginning of the morning. But like, what made you want to keep getting bigger and bigger? Like, did you ever at any point was like, I think I'm content where I am now, 10,000 people. Why do you think you keep trying to get bigger and bigger with your festival?
Well, I mean, it'd definitely be easier if I did have it small. Like when we were at the VFW for about 6 years, that was more of a kind of like the homey feel. It wasn't as busy or stressful. And every time you add more people or things, you have to do a lot of things behind the scenes that are not so fun, like police schedules and getting generators and light towers and special event insurance and all this, the food, the health department, all this other stuff. Where I just rather find people who have cool talents and clubs and things like that. And I don't know, so I always have years, I always try to do the bigger and better. And, 2 years ago at Lot 3, there was actually a guy with a clicker, and he figured we had 10,000 people. So the last 2 years, people was like, well, how many do you think you had? Well, I don't know, because Lot 3 only had about 5 or 6 acres. The place we're at this year had about 18 acres.
Yeah.
So it's spread out more,
Yeah.
and there's nobody, and there's 3 different entrances, and there's nobody with a clicker. So it's hard to say. I can tell you that last year we had, I think, 16 classic cars, which we never really pushed as much as we should. And this year we had 90, and they turned away about 40 or 50 of them.
Yeah, I saw that. So you also, so that was part of the event too, right? The car show?
It was.
And because I wasn't sure if that was just something that somebody had put together like separately and was like, oh, like I know the festival is going to be there, so
Yeah, that was part of our event. In fact,
that's
they had
pretty cool.
Trophies made up.
So do you have a love for classic cars also? Is that like why you want to include it, or?
I mean, I like classic cars, but I wouldn't say I really love for it. I just look for different things that you maybe don't see at every other festival.
Okay.
And the cars, I had a couple good friends that were into it. I was like, well, why don't you bring them? My thing, as long as it's fit for family viewing, pretty much anything goes. So it doesn't have to be a Halloween club per se. It could be, hey, my grandma's in some kind of bonsai tree building club, or my uncle does astronomy, or it could be the cousin who's got a Lord of the Ring fan clubs, or whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, it was an absolute blast, and there were so many things to do there. I mean, there was a pizza eating contest. Let's see, I'm trying to think.
There was the
we
dogs
were right
dressing
next
up
to the
in
kettle corn
costumes.
guy.
There was like so much stuff going on. I love the dogs.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Oh, yeah,
The
we
dogs.
interviewed Sit Means Sit guy with his dog.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that was great, dude.
That was
He
adorable.
showed us some tricks and stuff on camera. It was really
That's a good
awesome. Obviously, we interviewed the Pirates of the Rusty Cutlass, and there's just a lot of other people.
Lots
I
of
mean, they're
stuff.
selling all kinds of stuff, jewelry, candles.
I bought a candle.
There was somebody I didn't quite see where it was coming from, but there was like this green soda or juice that
I don't
bubbled,
know.
and it kind of looked like
Yeah,
witch's
yeah.
stew or brew or whatever.
One of the ladies named Cassie, she sold those, and I think she said she had to go back to the store twice for ingredients. She sold, I think, it was like 400 or 500 of these little things that bubbled almost like a cauldron.
Yeah.
And it's some kind of punch she made.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I couldn't find because
her.
there's so many things there.
Yeah.
It was hard to kind of pinpoint where it was coming from. You had people making balloon animals.
Yep.
There was
cool.
a giant eyeball. What
There's
was
a
that
giant
about?
eyeball. He has a name.
There's a local show. It's Captain Eyeball, and there's like several other sidekicks. They're all just basically giant mascots or giant costumes. And Captain Eyeball came many, many years ago, and this is the first time back in a while.
Okay.
But yeah, there's different things going on as far as comedy or martial arts or
Yep.
belly dancing and drum and baton corps and DJs and vaudeville acts. And,
Yep.
All that.
Tantalizing Tigers do the LED hula hoops and all that.
Yeah, we actually included a little bit of the LED hula hoops at the end of the segment. I actually took that off your Facebook, to be honest with you. I thought it was cool and I added it to the video. But yeah, like it's very interesting. Now, how long does it take you to plan something like this? I mean, when do you get started?
Early in the year. I mean, I always tell people it's a very time-consuming hobby because getting the sponsors, designing the flyers, printing them out, counting them out in sacks of 25 for over 50 schools, getting the bales of hay. I walk about 20, 30 streets, giving them door to door, going about 50 businesses, giving them maybe 75.
Yeah.
All that type of stuff, it adds up. So probably to answer your question, probably February, maybe area I start, lighting things up as far as where we're going to be and who's coming and sponsors and all that.
Wow.
I mean, that's like 9 months in advance.
Lots
I mean,
of months.
that's almost like another full-time job.
Well, even like right now, my garage is just nothing but decorations. So I got to sort that. So, I mean, technically I'm doing something, I'd say, at least every month to some capacity. Some months, obviously, much more than others.
And what do you do, like, for your actual gig?
My actual job is I'm in sales. So I sell conveyor belts and rolls of rubber and things like that. So I travel some in the East Coast for that.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was a model.
Yeah, Mark was like,
look at that
he's
guy.
very handsome. Yeah.
That's a professional headshot there. Guy could be an actor.
Well, I was surprised because I had never met you in person. I only spoke to you over the phone, and I didn't know what you looked like. So when I was like, hey, can you send me a picture? You're like, oh, just take one off of Facebook or whatever. And I'm like, it was hard to find one with just you because you like to take a lot of pictures with family, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your son, it looks like he graduated recently. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. CJ's my oldest, graduated in spring, and now he's in Akron U. And Skylar just turned 14 in 8th grade, although he's 6'3". So.
Dang.
Wow, I have a Skylar
Doesn't look
also.
like he's 8th grade.
He does not look like.
But it's a she, and she's 15, so that.
Dang, 6'3".
Because it's a unisex name, and I believe Rachel has a Skylar too.
There's lots of Skylars that going on.
That's a popular name, which is funny because when I guess heard the name, it wasn't very popular, but I guess it's more popular than I thought it was.
Yeah. That's funny.
So, anyways, that was really off.
You just originated
Yeah,
that.
I know,
You
right?
started that trend, huh?
I know. Rachel said me too. LOL. Jay Grimm said awesome. Let's see. Rachel said I had so much fun. I stayed till almost closing time. Nice gifts, Little John. Custom contest for all, music, food, drinks, so much more. So much fun. Met so many people. It was the best.
It was really fun though.
A lot of people definitely enjoyed the festival, and you're definitely going to have one next year, correct?
Yep. Next year will be our 25th. Anniversary, and it'll probably be the first Saturday in October, whatever date that happens to be.
Okay.
And Jay Grimm said hi from the Grimm Armory. We had fun at the Halloween Festival. They had a booth kind of adjacent to ours.
Oh yeah, he had some wonderful costumes.
Oh yeah, the cosplay.
He had.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And then he was walking around in that big suit too. I wish I would have got video of that because I think we were busy doing other things at the time, and I saw him walking around. I'm like, shit, I should have got some video of that. That would have been awesome. But
yeah,
thank you.
Very impressive.
Yes, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're on the road heading up to Michigan. You said, right?
Yes.
Yes. So thank you so much for inviting us out. We had a blast. Everybody that attended could attest to that, and we're hoping to be a sponsor next year. For your show.
See.
So I was really impressed
Well, that
with
would be
it.
awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, but thank you so much. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we're actually going to talk about mental health awareness, and we're going to look at the video that we took at the Magnolia Clubhouse in Cleveland, and we're going to talk to Dr. Lori D'Angelo about mental health awareness. All right. Thank you so much, and we will see you after these messages.
We won't see.
Epic Radio Show. Make sure you follow us on the social medias.
All of them.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. YouTube. You can actually check this show out live on our website.
Yeah, right now.
At theepicradioshow.com. We have hoodies for sale. We have beanies for sale. We have, you know, I'm actually feeling pretty generous.
You're feeling generous?
Yes.
You never feel generous. No.
I know. I don't.
Have your wife tell you that you never feel generous is really a good thing.
Yeah,
No.
she's joking.
Yeah.
Obviously. But I think I want to give away one of our shirts for free today.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, we're gonna give away one of our official unisex tees,
Woohoo.
like the one Mark is wearing, not like the hoodie I'm wearing. Normally it's about, well, in person it's $15. Online you can get it for $10.
Only 10. What the
yes.
fuck? What the fuck?
If you comment below, say I want to win, we're gonna put your name in a hat. We will we'll pull it probably tomorrow or Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then
tomorrow.
we'll contact you. So
We'll find you.
yeah, so just comment I want to win. That's all you have to do.
That's it.
And you'll be entered in to win a free Epic Radio Show shirt, and we'll
Yay.
probably even throw a wristband in there for free too.
Maybe we will.
Yeah,
Who knows what color you'll get?
Definitely. Right now, our sizes that we have are extra large, I think medium and small. I believe that's all we have.
No larges, huh?
No, that's what it is. We don't have small. So it's
We don't have
extra
small.
large,
Medium,
large,
large,
medium.
No smalls, huh?
No,
Nope.
no small. Shut up, Mark.
I'm just asking for clarification.
Yes.
Shut up, Mark.
No smalls. Okay. So, anyways, before we get Lori on the line, I do want to show this video that we took at the Magnolia Clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Mark and Ashley all went, and we didn't know exactly what to expect when we went there.
Didn't know.
But I don't know. I can't speak for all of us, but I know I was blown away by
Oh, yeah.
just the sheer magnitude of this place. You know, it's very uplifting and it's very humbling. I was just very shocked at like how awesome this place was.
Yes, it's great.
So all right, cool.
We're
We're gonna go ahead and play this video. So give us a second.
Adjust.
Yeah, let me adjust here. All right, enjoy.
Well, what we do sounds pretty simple. We collect money, put it in the bank, and then we spend it. It's where it comes from that gets complicated. We get money from internal operations. We charge $1 a day for each member to come to the clubhouse. We get money from the resale shop downstairs and the cafe. We do not rely on the money from our members to carry our budget. It wouldn't work, and we wouldn't get very far. So where we get most of our money is from the Medicaid program for the services we provide that are clinical. We get lots of money from the United Way, the Adams Board in Cuyahoga County. Most of our money, though, is from our donations. We get donations from individuals, from corporations, from foundations, from lots of wonderful sources. And that's the money we count on, not just because it's so generous, but also because it shows us that our neighbors and our friends and our constituents think what we do is important.
Everybody has fun, and everybody also has problems to talk about, to, of what's going on, their health, their mental health especially, because the mental health is very important, and we need to talk about it and in the stigma of mental health, because a lot of people are afraid to ask for help because they're ashamed or they don't want to talk about it.
I was suffering from schizophrenia. My doctor wanted me to be able to do something during the day, so he referred me to come to the clubhouse. Pretty much what I do in the clubhouse, I do attendance. I keep track of membership. It gives me something to do during the day instead of sitting at home doing nothing at all. I get a chance to be around people that have my same condition as far as with their mental illness, and we work together and we stick together as a family.
Been here quite some years, and I prep food, chop foods up, prep, help with cooking if they need it, dishwash, need a handyman for dishwash. I took over dishwashing, get me out of the house so I won't be isolate myself and things like that. I was diagnosed as being a bipolar, so I'm sticking with bipolar. I see the doctor here at the Carriage House over there, and he keep it positive. He's a very supportive person. It's just like a place where you relieve yourself, express yourself. You got issues or somebody you want to talk to, things you want to talk about.
So you have found this place to be very helpful for you. You don't feel as isolated. You are amongst people who help you, but you help others as well. Yes. And would you say that is a key component to the Magnolia House, that you are receiving as much as you're putting in?
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty much receiving what I put in and whatnot. Yes.
For everyone here at the Magnolia House and everyone here at the Epic Radio Show, I just want to thank all of you for all of your hospitality and all of the help and everything else. I've been Mark Warren, and until next time, this time has been the most recent.
Hi, I'm Rob. My experience at Clubhouse has been great. I love it here. I have a lot of great friends, and it helped me stay out of hospital. The class has helped me learn skills, helped me different activities to do and different job tasks. And I'm very grateful for it.
And lastly, I guess the final thing, I hear you're a big Backstreet Boys fan. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, let's say I'm in 15 their concerts already.
That's pretty awesome. I hear you went to Pittsburgh to see one of them, right?
Yes.
Well, I guess that's all I have for you, Rob.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Rob.
Ramen, can you talk about how the skills you learned here, you want to get into peer support? So working in the shop, you're doing a lot of customer service and listening to the needs of what your people are doing.
I'm turning you on my alarm.
Customer service thing that you were telling us about before when we worked.
Can you take this for it?
Sure.
All right, hopefully you guys can hear us now. Looks like it. On the line, I have Dr. Lori D'Angelo. She's a psychologist, and she is also the director of the Magnolia Clubhouse. How are you doing today?
Great, Epic. How are you?
We are doing great, man. I was really blown away by the Magnolia Clubhouse and all that you do for people with mental illness.
Well, thank you so much for coming to visit and for putting us on the show. It's a team effort, and it's a great model. So we all work together, and that's how we help each other out.
Absolutely. And I liked how everybody worked side by side, and there was no really like authoritarian I think I'm saying that wrong.
Is that a word?
But basically, there was no like real boss there. There was nobody looking over anybody's shoulder, making sure that they were performing certain tasks
They were
correctly.
working together.
You know, they were definitely working
Exactly.
together, and I thought that was very interesting.
Mhm.
Why do you think that works the way it does?
That's really one of the core parts of the model. And I think it is to really show people that they are needed and we're all a part of this work and we need each other and nobody's above anybody else. People have different responsibilities. The staff are paid and there's leadership and there's guidance and the staff work very intentionally to help members in their own paths, but the actual work is done together and that creates a partnership and a real natural way to grow.
So you took over. Well, you've been a part of the clubhouse since '97. What do you think are key components that are driving the growth of your clubhouse?
Well, this model has been around since 1948,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been grassroots, was developed by people who live with mental illness and were discharged from a hospital. And so it's now around the world, and there's over 300 clubhouses around the world. There are training bases, there's an accreditation process, and I think the strength of it is, and the reason it's grown is because it is so universal and so humanistic. You know, it's a very real way to help people overcome their problems and move on in their lives, and that's what we're all about.
Like I even said in the video, 1 in 4 people actually live with a mental illness. Only about 41% actually get treatment. Why do you think that is?
Well, it's a really sad situation, and that's been the case for a long time as well. I think, like some people said earlier, there's shame and stigma and fear and misunderstanding, and there's also, for some people, a sense of hopelessness that both in treating people as well as people that have mental illness, that nothing is going to help. And so unfortunately, a lot of people don't seek help. And when people do seek help, they mostly get medication, which is a great tool. But if you're isolated and don't know how to go on and rebuild your life, it's not enough.
Right.
Absolutely.
So it's really important to have what we have to show people there is hope. I think if more people knew about what we were doing, and really it's not nearly as big as it should be or could be,
Yes.
then more people would turn to help because they'd see there's really a way to go on with their life.
Yeah, some of the things that I feel are important that your clubhouse offers is it's a chance for people not to be isolated, and also just to find a place to belong. You guys charge $1 to be there, but you get lunch, you get you get to do something you like to do because you get to choose what you do with the clubhouse. And also, I think just having that support structure really helps the person struggling with these illnesses. Also, you have an off-site clinic. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, and you really hit the nail on the head. People are often isolated and feel like no one cares about them and they don't matter. So to come to a place where you're not only accepted and belong and you're connected to other people, but you also are needed is really important for all of us. And the clinic we have is right behind us in a carriage house, and that we renovated, and we have psychiatric services and primary care services because people often have, if they get those services, they're sometimes fragmented and they often don't get primary care, which is your regular health needs. And so we're offering those things and integrating that so we can all be a support. So part of the work of the clubhouse is helping people get jobs and go on in school, but it's also helping people think about their physical health and if they want to work on reducing smoking or quitting smoking or losing weight or maintaining a weight or being more active, we encourage and support all of that kind of health promotion too.
Also, you serve as a board member of NAMI. Can you explain what that is and what you do on the board?
Sure, NAMI that stands for the National Alliance for the Mentally Ill, and it's a national organization that has state and local chapters, and I'm on the board of the state chapter. And the organization was begun by families that have a member with a mental illness, and they really didn't find a lot in terms of services to help them. So they got together and developed their own services, their own educational efforts, and it's all volunteer, and it's very supportive and very important. And so I've had a lot of contact with families, and really it just reinforces the need for what we're doing and ways we need to make the system better for people that live with mental illness.
Absolutely. Do you think that even because you're a doctor in psychology, but
Right.
do you think that like ER doctors or doctors in a hospital, do you think they're equipped to actually handle persons with mental illness?
Well, the system is very fragmented, so I think the doctors are equipped to handle crisis, and unfortunately, that's what happens. There's people are in the hospital for an immediate reason, and it's often pretty severe, and they may be a danger to themselves or others, and so they're given some help to get more stable, and it's often a short-term kind of experience.
Gotcha.
And then they're discharged, and often there's not a whole lot to connect them to. So we need more of what we do so people have a place to go where they can move on and really get more help every day.
So this past week was National Mental Illness Awareness Week. Why do you think that's important? I mean, it should be every day, honestly, being aware, but why do you think it's important to have this week and raise people's awareness for mental illness?
Oh, I agree with you. It should be all the time. And I kind of find the weeks for different things unfortunate but necessary. So I guess that we're kind of focusing more and really coordinating efforts all together to try to help people raise awareness and educate. And I really appreciate that you took time on your show and that your team came out and saw us so we can reach more people.
Okay, so there's actually a letter that a listener wrote, and if you don't mind, I'd like to share it. Sure. And then at the end of this, you can possibly give I don't know, maybe direction, what they, advice, and then we'll take questions from the listeners, and then hopefully you can answer that. Obviously, we'll try to keep the questions something that reasonable, you know what I mean? Something that you could actually answer, because sometimes there's not yes and no or like for sure answers. Not everything can be cured just by you answering them. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, it's hard to because I'm even before even going to Magnolia House, like I knew nothing about mental illness. Like I only knew from like stuff I hear on the news or on TV. So this is even new to me, and that's why I wanted to do some research. I wanted to get you on here. I wanted to do this right. I understood it was important, but I guess I didn't understand why it was important until I actually talked to you. So, this is a letter I received from a listener. The person wanted to share their story of dealing with mental illness, but wanted to remain anonymous. I have edited this letter for time purposes and removed details that could possibly give away this person's identity. So the letter states, I am 40 years old and I've struggled with bipolar 1 disorder for over 20 years. I was first hospitalized and put in an adolescent psychiatric hospital at age 12. Most of the years of my teenage life were spent in and out of group homes and finally ended up in a therapeutic foster home at age 18. I was often on medication and trying different types. It was extremely hard because on top of my bipolar 1 disorder, I also have mixed mania and extreme anxiety. So it took a lot of trial and error, but finally in 2003, I was put on mood stabilizers, anti-anxiety, and sleeping medication, and it's been working very well, and I've been taking them ever since. But even with medication, I still get ups and downs and highs and lows. Medication isn't a quick fix, but it is a huge part of an outpatient plan. When you have bipolar 1 disorder or any type of mood disorders, it is not safe to be off your meds. I have many struggles and trials in my lifetime with this disorder. Even my psychiatrist tells me it's amazing how far I've come. I try to be self-aware when I feel like I'm having a manic episode. The point of the story is if you stay stable, you stay on your medication, you have a stable environment. If you keep a stable regimen and routine, you can take control of your life. I want to bring awareness to this because most people are afraid of bipolar disorder and mental illness, but it affects adults as well as adolescents. That's why awareness is so important. Recently, my adolescent tried to take their own life. He was already on medication, but was refusing to take them. He was being bullied in school, and though I had several meetings with the school, nothing was done. We were having other issues in the home that seemed to be putting more of a strain on him, and he was acting out. I would take him to the emergency room, but each time they just sent us home. I would plead with the doctors to do an evaluation, but they said he was fine. He had been diagnosed with a couple of mental illnesses prior and still insisted he was okay. The last time they sent him home, there was an incident with an overpass. He survived, but is going through a lot to be rehabilitated, and I wanted to share my story so this doesn't happen to anyone else. So I guess the first thing is I wanted to just say, thank you for the letter to this listener, and I'm hoping that your son has a fast recovery. This person did update me and said that hopefully in November he will be released from the hospital. So our thoughts and prayers go with him. But what advice could you give her and other people in similar situations? And maybe some steps that they can take so something like this doesn't happen.
Well, I too want to thank the person for writing and sharing both their own experience as well as their child's, and I do hope that their child is doing better soon. I think my advice would be I absolutely agree that medication is very, very important, and it's important to find the right one and to stick with your doctor. So maybe the strongest advice in that vein is to not give up, and if you feel your doctor isn't listening to you, you could go to a different doctor, but to not give up on the idea of medication being helpful. And also if your child is struggling, to continue to do what this person did, to really seek assistance and not give up, which it's unfortunate it took so many times.
Yeah.
And that there was still a problem. And I would encourage people to connect to NAMI so that they can connect with other people with the same struggles, and some of the resources that they're aware of can be shared. And our organization is for people who maybe are not able to go on and work in school without a community or are quite isolated. So it's not necessarily for everyone, but if it is something that might support anybody listening, we really would want them to see that as another resource to help you on your path.
Absolutely. There was a question, does the clubhouse accept veterans?
Yes.
Okay.
We're very, very happy to have veterans.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just double checking because some of these people, they asked while you were still talking, so I'm trying to go through. There's a lot of comments. Let's see. Someone asked if there was a similar program in California.
There are some clubhouses in California. If you go to our website, magnoliaclubhouse.org, there's a link to, or you can go directly to Clubhouse International, and they have a directory of all the clubhouses, and you can see where the others are.
Gotcha. Also, so this is a good time if anybody else has questions while I have her on the line. You can comment below, and we will try our best to answer them. But if nobody else has anything, I think we could wrap it up.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
I personally want to thank you, Dr. D'Angelo. My name's Mark Warren. I was the guy in the video talking to some of the folks there at Magnolia House. My older brother is high functioning autistic, so the work that you do and the people at Magnolia House do, I don't know how much directly he's gone there himself, maybe just once or twice, but because of people like you, Dr. D'Angelo, I appreciate you.
Oh, Mark, thank you very much. And it's a team. It really is the work of all the people that you saw, and the members and staff, and I appreciate your appreciation.
Yeah. Ryan was
brother
great, by the way, too.
Yeah, he's great, and we have that great studio, so people can come and explore working in the world of video, and maybe someday we'll do some radio.
Yeah, I was actually talking to the guy who was editing. I think you guys have like a daily news thing there.
Yep.
And I was talking to the guy with the editing, and he was talking about possibly getting a podcast together. So I was giving him a little bit of insight on like what you guys could do. But obviously that's all dependent on what you guys, what direction you guys want to go and everything like that.
Yeah.
But your studio was great. You guys only saw that for a couple seconds in our video, but it puts ours to shame. I was very impressed and slightly jealous, might I add.
It's better than some other stuff that I've worked with.
Yes, and that
before
was completely donated. All that stuff was, right?
Yeah, we had a capital campaign and renovated both the buildings, and so all the different functions that you saw, and maybe some that you didn't, are part of the work that people aren't involved in. But we had some donors specifically focused on the studio, so we got to visit some really great studios and knew then what we wanted and created a really cool place.
All right. Who's Lisa? Lisa and Mark? He must have meant Lori. It must have been a typo.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody has questions. I think we might have covered just about everything that we could.
Who's Lisa, Lori, and Mark?
Oh my God.
What's that all about? I'm Mark.
No, I know. Tommy said, "Thank you, Lisa and Mark. Great interview."
So we think
I think he meant to type
Dr.
Lori. It was probably
D'Angelo.
autocorrect.
You show the woman the respect she deserves. She went to medical school for years. Well, apparently you're getting called Lisa even.
No, didn't even call you by the real name. Like, that's crazy. That's
a good name too.
Dr. Lisa, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lori. Dr. Lori D'Angelo. She is a psychologist and the director of Magnolia Clubhouse. Definitely, you guys, if there's anybody out there struggling with a mental illness, go check them out. They're right on, it's Magnolia Avenue, right in University Circle, correct?
Right, Magnolia Drive,
Drive.
really close to the VA.
Yep.
Right in University Circle.
Absolutely.
You can just Google Magnolia Clubhouse. You can come anytime. You can set up a time for a tour, and we welcome everyone.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you guys so much. We're going to go on break.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. We're going to go on break. When we come back, we're going to have some crazy news. And then we're going to talk about a dog that was missing for 12 years, reunited from their own with their owner. And what's crazy about that is the owner lived in California and the dog was found in Pittsburgh. So we're going to talk about that. That's crazy. Keep it locked right here on the Epic Radio Show. We shall return. All right, welcome back, everyone. Quick little break. We're going to have crazy news.
Yeah, I'm about to fuck this whole thing
Yeah,
up.
so I guess we're going to continue Mental Illness Awareness Week with crazy news.
This is
Brought to
different.
you by-
This is different, though.
This is a different kind of crazy.
This is like the crazy
mental
that
health
you don't-
awareness is a good thing.
Yes, but this is not the good kind of
These
crazy.
are
This is not.
things
Absolutely
like when
not.
people drown during proposals.
Crazy stuff. This
Okay.
is stuff that you don't want to happen.
So, intro time.
Intro. I kept these kind of short because I knew you'd have other stuff going on. So if they're short, I did it on purpose. So Pennsylvania homeowner finds naked milk drinker singing in his kitchen.
Should have just shot him.
Just shot him.
Sorry, that's
Oh, jeez.
topical. Anyway.
Oh my god. Okay, police say a Pennsylvania homeowner went to investigate the sound of singing coming from the first floor of his home early Monday morning, only to find a naked man drinking milk in his kitchen. Erie police said the homeowner heard the singing at around 3 a.m. He grabbed his pistol, speaking of shooting
Oh,
him,
wow, all right.
and headed down the stairs to find the man sitting on his kitchen floor. The homeowner called the police, and the man was taken into custody. Erie police could not immediately be reached for comment, but the suspect appeared to be under the influence of an undisclosed substance and was acting confused. He was on somebody's kitchen floor, I feel like I would be pretty confused if I were there too.
Hey, you know what that undisclosed substance he was on was?
Crack?
Cookies. And he needed the milk.
Yeah.
He was like, I need the milk. Oh, look, this guy has milk.
Yeah.
Let me just wander
I just happen to
next
be
door.
here nude. Yeah.
Right, let me just get some. Let me
He's just
get some milk.
smashing cookies at his place.
Right.
Looks in his fridge. I'm out of milk. No need to put clothes on. Let me just head over next door.
at
See if
this
the
guy.
neighbors got some.
You got some
wow.
milk, bro? So the intruder was arrested and charged with criminal trespass and disorderly conduct. No injuries were reported. I'm
Wait,
glad
so
the
it's like
guy
got
didn't.
milk?
Right, I'm glad the guy didn't just pop in and just shoot him real quick, all naked and drinking milk.
Got milk. Or
Absolutely.
like got pants.
It wasn't clear how the man entered the home or how long he had been there. He could have just been down there for hours looking for the fucking milk in the fridge. Like, where's the refrigerator?
Yeah.
Just fumbling around opening random shit up. Like, is this the... No, that's not milk. Oh, that's funny. I can just imagine that. I don't want to imagine that in my house.
Yeah,
but-
apparently
Yeah.
you are imagining a nude man with
A
milk.
nude man looking for milk, on the search for milk.
Sounds like a television show.
Oh, that's funny.
I know,
That makes
right?
me laugh. That one, that's pretty much the end of that one. Like
Okay.
I said, keeping them short. Okay, so Arizona man shoots himself in the face after firing at ceiling trying to quiet upstairs neighbors. So, there's a lot of dumb men this week.
Well, I like how so far it's tying together. You have guns, you got people being loud and in other people's houses. My upstairs neighbors are too loud, nude, looking
there's-
for milk.
yeah.
I'm going to shoot at them.
I think you're going to enjoy the next story too. I feel like you'll enjoy it. An Arizona man who allegedly fired his gun at his ceiling in an effort to get his neighbors to quiet down ended up shooting himself in the face. Right in the face. Right in the fucking face.
In the face!
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
with
what
a
I wanted you to
bullet.
say. The unidentified man located in Phoenix initially paid his upstairs neighbors a visit after he became upset with them on Sunday night. He had banged on the door, yelling at them, trying to make contact during this argument at about 11:20 p.m. The man then headed back to his apartment, still upset. He allegedly retrieved a weapon and fired several shots into the ceiling and somehow shot himself in the face. So
Nice.
that's great. Investigators said he was transported to a hospital in extremely critical condition because he shot himself in the fucking face.
Right, your brain's in there and
So
stuff.
yeah. No one else was injured in the incident. So those
Did he live?
neighbors, well, he was in extremely critical condition. I have no follow up to that at the moment.
So he could have died.
He could have died. I guess it doesn't say he died though in the article. This was just a few days ago that I think it was like
Yeah.
on Thursday. So
Uh-huh.
I haven't heard that he's died. So that's good. But no one else was injured during the incident. So those neighbors are probably still being loud as shit. They probably didn't give a fuck that he shot himself in the face.
Gotcha.
So because they didn't even, no one got hurt. other than him.
So, at the same time, though, sound can penetrate through these floors and ceilings, but bullets,
I guess.
bullets ricochet back at you at your
Yes, and they
face.
shoot you and then you get hit in the face with your own bullet.
So not soundproof, but bulletproof.
Yes.
So what you
whatever.
do is you put the bullet with the pop with the bullet in the face.
In the face.
Well, it is a bullet, though.
That's the important part.
It's a bullet made out of pudding. It probably wouldn't have hurt as much.
Probably not. Probably not.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Might have just been delicious.
Might have just been a delicious bullet. of pudding.
I always enjoy putting in the face.
I bet you do.
Well, I'm sure you do.
I'm just saying. Don't
Delicious
say that.
vanilla pudding.
Don't say that and not expect. You know,
Yeah,
any type of-
I set myself up.
Yeah, that's right. You did.
Some Cosby pudding.
Some Cosby pudding.
Ew, that's gross.
That's gross.
That's gross.
That was ought to be a little natural, you know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with? Okay. Whew, all right. So yeah, Tommy Parker enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Okay. So next.
Oh, speaking of
what?
Tommy Parker was recently hired as a backup PA announcer at First Energy Stadium.
Yay!
All right,
So he's going to be
PA announcer.
Yes.
Yay!
So like the one guy says stuff and then he says the same stuff right after him?
No, not on the radio, at the actual stadium.
No, it's a joke. Because, yeah, I know what a PA announcer is.
Jesus Christ,
But
Mark.
what I'm saying is if you're the backup PA, does that make you like an understudy? Like if the main guy can't go, they call
Basically,
on
yes.
you?
Yes.
Like,
That's
to check your programs today, we won't have so-and-so playing the PA announcer. It'll be Tommy Parker. Sure. The ad will be...
Sucks with names,
The
man.
preview will be
You're
wrong.
terrible. You're the
It'll say
worst.
Tony Parker.
Actually,
Actually, it's a typo. It's a bit.
Him and Tommy
Get out of here.
are about the same with names. Yes.
That's not
Guys are equal. Okay.
Yeah, I had to plan it
But
out,
we wanted
sure.
to congratulate him.
Yes, congratulations,
Yes.
CP.
Thank you.
Yay! I already clapped. Y'all are late.
No sound effects today?
I don't have the tablet.
Where is it? Oh, it's probably still in the box. huh?
Probably.
Kids
Oh,
are playing with it.
Yeah. Okay.
So, last story. North Dakota man, 21, pleads guilty to trying to kill a woman he thought was a witch.
Yeah.
He thought she was a witch. Now, I'm going to read this first sentence and then I'm going to get into his name and we're going to butcher the hell out of it. So, a North Dakota man pleaded guilty Monday to trying to kill a woman because he believed she was a witch. So, Akmal Rashidovich Azizov, I don't know if that's right. That is a mouthful of a fucking name, though. Why?
Rashidovich just doesn't seem to make sense in the whole thing.
It
though.
doesn't, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it.
Like he's a Russian Muslim?
Maybe?
That's what it
He
kind of
believed
seems
this
like.
chick was a
I mean, it
witch.
looks,
I mean,
it kind of looks
look at him.
Russian.
It looks like he could be from
It
anywhere.
looks like me if I grow my hair out.
No, it doesn't.
And I lost 150 pounds.
No, it doesn't. So, he's 21. He stalked a female University of North Dakota student in September 2018 with the apparent plan to attack and kill her. He confessed to authorities he had been stalking the woman for weeks after he became convinced she was a wicked witch.
Wow.
Wicked as hell.
Not a
So,
nice witch, but
no.
a wicked one.
I like Glenda.
Yeah.
Glinda, the good witch.
Yes.
He told investigators he needed to slay her. He needed to slay her. These are the words in the article. These aren't
Well,
mine.
you know, that could mean something else. So.
Mm-hmm.
What's that noise?
Slay her with his mighty sword.
Well,
in his pants.
Funny that you should mention that.
Oh, is it?
He bought an antique silver pocket knife online, as he apparently thought silver was the only way to kill her,
Nice.
and followed her to an apartment. So not a sword, but
Wasn't going to use a gun either. So
no,
it's
not a
story.
gun. So
But
here's
more murder.
Here's the more murder,
Or attempted
more
murder.
violence, more
Violence to oneself.
Yes, the 21-year-old who was his high school's valedictorian, apparently that had to be mentioned, said he lost his nerve and didn't attack the woman then, but then he went back later and attacked her. So authorities said he slashed at the woman's throat several times after attacking her from behind. The woman, who suffered several injuries, escaped to a neighbor's apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see, he pleaded guilty to attempted murder, stalking, and criminal mischief. That just sounds so like criminal mischief.
Oh, he's so mischievous.
Mischievous, right? Like, oh, he's just so mischievous. He's just trying to kill someone because he thinks she's a fucking witch.
He's just criminally mischievous.
Right, just a little mischievous. That's it. Attempted murder, He was initially charged with terrorizing, but that charge was dropped as part of a plea deal. Okay, so his lawyer says he's schizophrenic. He's not an American citizen. Though it did not elaborate on his immigration status, he faces the possibility of being deported to a place that I've never heard of and I cannot pronounce.
Ooh, spell it.
Uzbekistan.
Oh, Uzbekistan.
Yeah. Okay, I could not pronounce that. I was like, fuck that. I'm not trying. I already did
Yeah.
his name and butchered it, so I'm not doing that.
Explains the weird ass name then.
Yeah, well, there you
it
go.
does.
See?
Because it's a combination of Russia Muslim
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's one of those countries.
Yep.
There's like 16 of them after the USSR broke up.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of them, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
He reportedly faces up to 20 years in prison and is scheduled to be sentenced next month.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this guy.
Nice.
This guy does look a little slow, just a little unhinged.
But he was a valedictorian.
I know, right? It's
What state was this in again?
This was in where fucking state? North Dakota.
Right, and that was at the University of North
Yep.
Dakota where he was stalking her and all that stuff. And
Yep.
man, North Dakota.
Damn, North
We're not
Dakota.
known for a single damn thing except that crazy guy from Uzbekistan who tried to kill a woman he thought was a witch.
That is crazy. I mean,
Man.
I wish they would have gotten into more details on what was she doing that made him believe she was a witch. Like,
Oh,
what
because
was-
that's the part that would make sense.
that I just need to know. It's just for clarification.
Like, how is his mind working?
Yeah, how is it working out? I mean, they say he's schizophrenic.
Like, you
or
know why
whatever.
I thought she was a witch?
Because of why though? Why? What did she do? What did she say? What
I
was
know
he
they didn't
walk-
really
like,
go
you
into
know?
too many
I
details
need
about
to know.
that.
I
She
need to
said
look
the
into this.
alphabet backwards.
Man, I couldn't do that. So if somebody can do that, I think
Makes
I'd
her a
start
witch.
to believe that you're a witch.
Right.
So if you can do that, you're probably a witch.
She was far too attractive for being in North Dakota. That's what made him think she was a witch.
Yeah,
She
that's
was
what
more
it
like the
was.
most attractive woman in North Dakota.
Oh, I was gonna say, was there a picture of the lady?
No pictures of her, right?
No, of course not.
No.
Why would they? See, this is a bad thing about the news, though. They're very like vague on a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like I
you
need to know the backstory. I'm gonna look it up. You can go on to I don't
Yeah,
know what's
that's
next,
fine.
but I'm looking it up.
So we're gonna go into our next topic, and it's not that. It's not the baby.
If you were to call this Homeward Bound,
All right,
would that
so
be an appropriate name for this topic?
apparently something messed up with the update, and I had a baby picture instead of the topic.
Babies, dogs, whatever.
Whatever.
Baby's dog.
All babies are dogs that poop their pants for a longer
Oh,
period of
jeez.
time.
No.
I think that's technically right.
I don't think so.
Takes longer to,
like I don't think so.
takes longer to
I don't
potty
think
train a baby than a
so.
dog.
Oh, God.
You're silly.
I mean, it's science. It takes less time to train a dog to poop where you want it to than a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
I
You guys have had
guess.
both, right? Dogs and babies. What takes longer to potty train?
I don't know. It depends on the dog.
Depends
Some
on the
dogs
dog.
are really
Depends on the
stupid.
kid.
It depends on how smart the kid is.
Depends on a lot of stuff.
You got to throw Cheerios in the toilet bowl. They got something to aim at.
Yeah. Well, that's boys, right?
That's boys. Yeah,
Yeah,
Girls
but-
could do that too.
Yeah, I
Boy-
guess you could, but girls, it's kind of like it's a little different.
Well, you can't see it.
It's the same with the poops too, because that's you just use your imagination. You're just blowing the hell out of these Cheerios.
He said blowing
You
the
said
hell out of
blowing
these
the hell out of it,
Cheerios.
yeah.
That's what I just said. He said he's blowing
That's
the
so
hell out
funny.
of these Cheerios.
I'm trying to find the other stupid picture. Oh, here it is.
God.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
There we go. Okay.
Oh,
So let's do this real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know how
he's
that happened
fucking
earlier.
shit up over
Yep.
here. As usual.
So, there was a dog missing for 12 years, reunited with the owner after being found over 1,000 miles away. The 14-year-old toy fox terrier was united with her Florida-based owner on Friday after disappearing 12 years ago. I said California earlier, but that was wrong.
He was wrong.
Yeah.
Dead wrong.
The pup was found more than 1,000 miles away from a home in Pittsburgh. Humane Animal Rescue says it found Duchess under a shed on Monday. She was hungry, shivering, and needed a nail trim. The rescue center used Duchess' microchip to locate her owner. Catherine Strang, who drove roughly 1,130 miles from Boca Raton to Pittsburgh to reunite with her long-lost pet.
Long-lost puppy. Who's no longer a puppy.
She was in disbelief when she heard the news that Duchess had been found, she said.
She tried real hard to lose her.
Aww.
Duchess escaped one day in 2007 when Strang's son opened the door to leave for school. At the time, Strang and her family lived in Orlando on a busy street. She assumed Duchess was either hit by a car or picked up by someone. Strang said she checked local animal shelters every day after her beloved dog went missing.
Liar.
She also continued to pay the annual microchip fee and update her contact information anytime the family moved.
That is a good thing she did that. Actually.
Yes. She said they're like your babies. You don't give up hope. And she asked the dog, "Where have you been?" After
Dog's like, "The fuck,
it was pretty,
bitch?"
like she's gonna answer you.
I ran away from you.
Me and Tommy had an interesting conversation about this yesterday because I was like, well, did the dog remember her? Because you know how dogs sometimes remember people over long periods of time, and it's super cute, like the
The
reunions.
picture of her.
But like he said, I don't know, like it doesn't really mention that the dog even knew who she was. And I'm like, well, damn.
Did they draw eyebrows on the dog?
There was a
What is that
video.
picture?
The video. Yeah, and you said the dog didn't really seem to like,
Give
oh,
a shit?
okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like I was thinking the dog's like, I fucking ran from you, bitch. You're crazy. I was hoping to get away.
Yeah.
And I did. But then somehow they fucking bring you back.
See,
what the fuck?
Yeah, that's why microchipping should not be a thing for humans.
Hey, dog. How was your time out there? Rough.
Rough. That's funny. That's funny.
That was all I had. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of other
The dog
ones,
went
but-
through a little rough patch.
Went through a rough patch.
Yes.
Oh my god. That's ridiculous.
But no, it was like
I mean, that's bananas.
it was opposite a Homeward Bound story because it's like usually like in them stories like the family accidentally loses the pet because they're
shuffle or
horribly
mix up, like-
irresponsible. And then the dogs have to or the cat
There's always
have to
gotta
find the way back home.
There's 2 dogs and a cat. And there's got to be a protagonist. It's their fault.
It's like a
that the
mountain
animals-
lion.
Well, no, that's on the animal side. There's always a human one too, where it was like, Grandma never liked your pets, so she kicked them off of the U-Haul or whatever the actual plot line is.
Or like they hit a bump and it the cage went over.
Yeah.
And then the cage sprung open. Because that's what they do when they fall.
Oh, yeah.
In this case, it's just negligence because of some dumbass teenager, millennial jackass. And he's all like, I left the door open for 5 minutes. The dog ran out. Whoops, sorry, Mom.
So I guess I'm just a little disappointed that this didn't have like a happy little like reunion of sorts.
It
but
did for the
like,
person.
The dog was just like, what the fuck? I don't
Yeah,
give a
it
shit.
doesn't really
That's
care.
like the sweet part of it. It's like the dog remembers and it's like, oh, but nope.
Well, like you see them videos of like the Marine that comes home and they're like
the dog's so happy.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
The dog just like
this dog just was like, you know,
it's been 12
I'm too
years,
old for this
bitch. What
shit.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
Like, who are you?
Get
Who
out of my
even
face.
are you?
Who even are you?
There's reasons to celebrate the veteran. This broad, she's just been laying around Boca Raton, Florida, just all like, I wonder what happened to that dog. Maybe I could check another shelter again? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll just click on this button and renew the service. I didn't even realize I was still renewing it. I better check my gym membership.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I stayed up to date on it. It was still taking money out of my account. You gotta be kidding me.
Shit.
I
For
realized
12
I still had
years?
that thing.
That'd be a long time to fucking
Yeah.
just let something
What,
slip.
it's just like $5? I don't know. I still got
Like
gym
five-
memberships.
I have
don't
a
remember
5-year
from 12
limit.
years ago.
If there's no dog found in 5 years, the chip's off.
My chips off?
Chip's off.
Dang.
It's off.
I mean, 5 years, you give it, 5 years is a lot of time. I mean,
She might not
12
even
years is a
know
long
that there
time.
was a chip in there. She hears chip. Maybe she's thinking about potato.
Like, this is the most
jeez.
expensive bag of chips I've ever had.
I don't even know. Did I even get any chips?
Shows up on her statements if she still even gets them.
Like, did I even get any fucking chips? What the fuck is this?
Like
I know.
14 different
No
Pornhub
Lays.
ones. She's like, what's this other one?
What had some chips.
Dog was thinking about other Lays.
chips. How about
Anyways,
Oh, jeez. The dog probably had plenty of Lays in that 12 years.
Wasn't it a female dog?
yes.
She was the one getting laid. Then.
Well,
Yep.
she had plenty of Lays then. What the fuck? Like,
It still lays, right? I don't.
The Lays, yeah. I'll go with that.
Yeah, the
I don't
owner
usually-
was actually quoted
usually
as
think
saying,
about
"I really love this bitch." I'm joking. She didn't say that.
That would be hilarious. I really love this bitch. Though.
How'd they find that bitch?
That bitch was under the shed.
What's up, bitch?
What's up, bitch?
You got something to say, bitch?
Oh, that was her name. I named her bitch. Like,
Yeah.
that was her name. She loved it.
Yeah,
She came running right away. As all the bitches do.
absolutely.
That's
Who was
right.
a bad little bitch? You ran away. You were. You a bad little bitch.
We just said
I don't
bitch a
know.
lot.
Like usually, if I lose a pet, like it's dead or something. Like
I have not. I mean, when we lost the cats, for example, I had to chase. We had to chase after them. Baby came back eventually
Yeah.
because she was hungry. Trouble. I had to literally fucking like kidnap, like grab her and throw her ass back in the house. She never did
Yeah.
that shit again though.
yeah,
She's like,
gotcha.
fuck that, I'm out. Like, I'm staying in the house now.
Absolutely.
That
All
world is cold.
Are you about ready? For
I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
Okay. So it's that time.
It is that time.
Is it that time?
Yeah, it's that time.
Thanks.
We are going to be playing with some balls with Mark.
All right, let's play some with some balls together.
Yeah.
Playing with balls.
Oops.
Together. Hi
Okay.
there.
Have I moved over enough?
Yes.
No.
I'm doing this very relaxed too. I got the arm set up here.
Yeah.
All right. Here I'm playing with balls. We tend to play with big balls, small balls, oddly shaped balls. But
Oh my
first, we're gonna puck around.
I like that one.
Who gives a puck? I give a puck. Even if you don't give a puck.
He's cute.
Some of the listeners might, puck this up even.
You know, puck you.
I just go puck myself. But in hockey, and that's the Columbus Blue Jackets, got very little on them so far. They've only played 4 games. And they are not looking like the playoff team that they were last season. After just those first 4 games, they are 1-3. They lost a lot of parts during the offseason. So they may very well be going through a little bit of a rebuild. They are currently 3.5 games behind the Hurricanes, who are 5-0 in the Metropolitan Division.
Hurricanes.
That's correct, the Hurricanes. The other intriguing team of note, maybe keep an eye out with here in the hockey world, are the Edmonton Oilers, who are 5-0 in the Pacific Division.
Oh wow!
So
Not the specific division, the Pacific division.
well, to be specific,
Okay.
it's not the Atlantic,
Oh,
That's
I
right.
got you.
which is a different division altogether,
Yes.
and then Metropolitan.
Oh, all right.
And then there's another one, and I honestly don't remember. It's out west. I think it's where Las Vegas plays. And so,
Anyways.
yeah, those Edmonton Oilers. That's just another team to look out for out there in the NHL realms. We'll move on to the Cavaliers, where they have a 3-game preseason schedule. They just lost the other night, 109-105.
Yeah, it was a close game
against the Detroit Pistons. Played very well in the first half. Had a
They
halftime
did.
lead.
They slipped second half, and I noticed that their defense kind of let it go a little bit.
Right. It's going to be a trying year for the Cavaliers because some of the best case scenarios are you wind up in the second half of the playoff seeding. And what good does it do to be a 6 to 8 seed if you don't think you're going to get past the first round of the playoffs? Then?
Yeah.
However, at the same time, I mean, this could easily be a 34-win ball club. It could be a 17-win ball club. You're going to see a very long season if you are a real big basketball Cavaliers fan.
Yeah.
They actually have a game coming up today at 3 o'clock against the Boston Celtics.
3 o'clock.
And then Tuesday at 7 p.m. is their final preseason game here at, what do they call it now? The home house, field house, Rocket Mortgage Field House, Farmhouse. Yeah, it's one of those.
I don't.
It used to be the Q. It's still the same place, but it's got more stuff in it and costs a bunch of money to look nicer.
Gotcha.
So 7 o'clock, you see that and face Boston. And then the regular season opens up on the 23rd. So real basketball in Orlando.
in Orlando.
And so that's what's in store for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I guess the last point on that, they went into Detroit. They played a good game. Again, you can only gauge so much from the preseason.
Yep.
But at the same time, they look like a much improved ball club from last year's. Because last year,
Ball club.
they were just that's big balls.
Ball club.
Basketball. Now to move on to small balls. Because these are the small ones that they play with in Major League Baseball. Smaller balls.
Littler balls.
The league championship series are underway. The New York Yankees defeated the Houston Astros last night 7-0. It was basically the Gleyber Torres show. He drove in 5 of their 7 runs.
Wow.
Former Indian Giovanni Urshela hit a late home run. I mean, you're going to hear former Indians a lot. All these clubs that are still left have plenty of former Indians on them.
Yeah.
Take the Washington Nationals, for example. They're up 2-0 in the National League Championship Series.
Yep.
Play again today at home. They won those first 2 games against St. Louis on the road.
Yeah.
And Yan Gomes was one of the fellas who drove in a run, former Indians catcher. Guy didn't do anything all year long. Wasn't even the starting catcher. Kurt Suzuki was. But now Suzuki's got a little bit of an injury. Yan Gomes steps in. He's a hell of a
doing
catcher.
Good, yeah.
We knew that the trade needed to be made. Quite frankly, his salary was a bit high, and otherwise, you needed Yafi Rodriguez here for a little bit, and Daniel Jones is going to be is it Jones or Johnson? Anyway, that one kid's going to be a hell of an outfielder. He could be in the major leagues next year. Not like you kind of need more outfielders. But man, at the end of the day, Nationals are on a collision course with the Yankees to the World Series.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
And they're all winning on the road because that sways the home field advantage. That the Cardinals have to win 2 of 3 in Washington just to keep the series alive.
Yeah.
The Yankees now technically have home field advantage. Even if they lose today, they could win 2 of 3 at home and then just split in Houston at the end. That's going to wind up being your longer series. It's New York and Houston.
Yeah.
People aren't as intrigued with Washington and St. Louis. And that's pretty much all I have on the baseball balls tip there for you. The small balls are done, and now we move on to oddly shaped balls.
There we go.
Which are footballs.
Yeah.
And the Ohio State University Buckeyes didn't play yesterday. Or Friday, or at all. There's no recent game to report. They went and they demolished Michigan State a while back. That was 2 weeks ago at this point now. So coming up next, their next victim, and I mean that not to sound as callous or cocky as an Ohio State fan as I know I do, but Northwestern is just terrible.
Yeah,
they're going to win this game by 30 or 40.
Yes.
As Ohio State has been doing much of this year. But it is a unique thing in that it is a Friday night game. It is a Friday night game, 7:30. Make sure you watch for it then, because if you go to turn on your TV next Saturday and you're not finding Ohio State football, it's because it was the night before, you dummies. So, I was looking forward to it this past Friday because it didn't dawn on me to look at the date. I was like, oh, Ohio State.
Actually, on your show, someone pointed that out. Yeah.
Yeah. On my own personal show. Because I was like, Friday night. It's next Friday, the 18th.
Friday,
maybe if I just looked at the numbers.
Yeah.
On the schedule
Not just today.
Not just the fact that it said Friday. I was pretty psyched for an Ohio State Friday night game. And then instead just, did something else.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, lastly, that's right. The NFL and the Cleveland Browns. Now, I did want to point out one thing in the NFL is that there's a real meaningless game today between the Washington Redskins and the Miami Dolphins. The 0-5 Redskins head on down to Miami to play the 0-4 Dolphins. So if you want to watch something that, you might see a 0-0 tie with how awful these two teams have been this year.
Hey, you know what?
They've been bad.
That would be interesting to watch just...
Well, the Dolphins once played the Steelers, and the Steelers only won the game 3-0 on a last-second field goal. And we're talking about in the last 10 years here.
Yeah.
This isn't like 1940s football where defenses were really good and all you did was run the ball. And everything was at the line of scrimmage and you pounded each other. That's what happened.
They pounded each
Oh,
other.
they pounded each other. Tony Parker knows what I'm talking about. That was the guy that was point guard for the Spurs. Tommy Parker, him too. Just men pounding one another.
Oh my God.
So, he's a football fan.
Of course.
Football, yeah, old timey football, where you pound each other.
Uh-huh.
You can actually play some of those songs. Even those are public domain.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Who, me or Parker?
Parker.
Oh.
He said, "I love the background, Mark. Talking MLB with football on the back string."
I was done with MLB by then. You jackass. So anyway, Parker.
Oh my God.
Now
he said,
see,
"Just messing with you."
I'm messing with him too. Know that I'm just messing with you, Parker. You jackass. So listen. Listen, it's Pittsburgh and Miami's, Washington, Miami is a football game. It's not a baseball game. That's Washington and St. Louis is the baseball. Anyway, so that's my Who Cares Bowl. But Browns football, because this is what's big. We're here in Cleveland.
Yep.
Do it big and do it Browns. And they lost 30.
You sounded really angry.
Huh, me?
A little bit.
Because it's dawning on me that I gotta sit through this game after I leave here. and if it's anything at all like the Niners game was, or even anything like the Rams game was, I'm gonna be very mad as it goes on.
Angry.
Oh, I'll be so upset.
So much angry.
I can't even drink during it. So you got the Browns game going on today to wrap up the debacle that happened with the Niners. You gave up a shit ton of rushing yards, and you've done that for 2 straight weeks, and if you do it for a 3rd straight week, you're going to lose. I actually have the Browns predicted to win, and I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to make it quick. Because the Seattle Seahawks, in 3 of their 4 wins this season, have won those 3 games by a combined 4 points. A 21-20 victory over the Bengals, a 28-26 victory over the Steelers, and a 30-29 victory over the Rams. Rams. And the Browns showed that they could hang with the Rams, even though we didn't beat them. And then the Rams almost beat the Seahawks. And you're looking at what the Bengals, the Bungles, and the Steelers, the Squealers. You see what they've become, and they almost beat the Seahawks. Both of those teams.
The Seahawks.
The Hawks. I don't know. I'm all over the place. This is what my voice is. You're so critical.
I'm not being critical. I'm just poking fun.
Yeah, you're poking fun of my voice.
You poke fun at everything.
Yeah, I poke fun of everyone. My voice is awful. I was listening to that station on the dial between 92.2 and 92.4. Yeah. And man, they have some of the worst sounding guys on the radio. I mean, I sound terrible, but they got that one guy. He's like this shit. He sounds like a guy on the radio blades. And then they got that other guy who was on late evening or late afternoon or whatever you call the time slot.
Cats usually kill birds, but
that guy was terrible.
Yeah.
He sounded like this. He's fat. I'm on the radio. It's the actual job that I have. I mean, so your voice doesn't matter at that station between 92.2 and 92.4. Yeah. Even though you're on the radio.
And the radio.
Radio. Yeah, I know. That's what I sound like. See, you keep doing it.
The Bengals play Ravens today. Who do you pick in that one?
Who do I have in that one? Unfortunately, I have the Ravens. I want the Bengals to pull the upset. Bengals haven't won a game yet this year. There are 4 teams in the NFL, 5 weeks in, who have not won a football game. That doesn't happen. I don't know. Anybody else got anything for me?
Tommy Parker said, "Great analysis, Mark. I'm betting on the Reds to win the Super Bowl."
Why the Reds? I mean, that is a joke, right? Or is that another typo?
No.
Is that right, Tony? Linda? Lori? Who? Got Dr. TP over here. The Reds to win the Super Bowl. If it's a joke, it's not funny.
Yeah, he was saying that basically you cover in baseball during football stuff. I don't get it either because the graphic was up when you started talking about the Browns, or just like
we
as
understand, Larry.
Yeah, if that's the
Jesus
thing.
Christ. Everybody, they get it. I don't get it because I don't give a shit about sports, but like they get it. I think.
Which thing? Who? Maybe. With what?
All the stuff.
Which stuff?
All the stuff.
What stuff?
All the stuff that you guys are talking about.
Well, which things?
All the things.
Who gets what?
I don't know.
But Larry gets something?
Larry needs to calm down.
Why? What did Larry say?
Larry's just saying words.
Because I can't see that far.
I know, but he's just saying words.
Well, words are good. If they're good words, then
They're
we should
not
know.
good words.
Well, what are the bad words?
All of the words.
Tell me the words.
Can't tell you the words.
All right. Anyways, let's move on.
Well,
that was a lot of words.
I guess really the last thing I have is predictions. What do you have, Ashley? No clue. What do you have, Epic?
I'm gonna have to say, they're facing the Seahawks. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's a toss up for me.
I have the Browns winning 31-17. Bold prediction.
I think
I'm going bold.
I think honestly the Seahawks are gonna take it.
Oh, that's why I'm going to have an ulcer, because the Browns very well may lose.
Yeah.
But I just, you know what?
You're trying to be optimistic.
If it's going to be the ulcer, I might as well follow the gut then too. I don't know. What you boys and girls
I'm thinking it's going to be close though, and I think it's going to be a higher scoring game because that's what it kind of seems like both teams can be, except for that.
When we lost 31-3.
Yeah, except for that one.
43-13.
But just the game style and the play style of both of these teams, I think it'll be like a 30-point game, and I think the Browns will lose by a touchdown.
All right, that sounds like something of an actual prediction.
Yeah.
Ultimately, run the ball, force turnovers, play the best game.
I mean, that's
you
a good
can.
prediction too,
And,
Larry.
I mean, what does Larry say?
He said 22-20 Browns.
Yeah, I like that one. I mean, I'm going a little over the top with the 31-17 thing, but it was just the number that came to me on Friday, so I better stick to my guns.
That's right, Allison. He better feel dangerous. What do you mean, F you, Epic?
Yeah, what do you mean, Larry?
I'm just saying. I don't know if they'll be able to pull this one out.
It's not bad of Epic to go against the Browns here. I went against the Browns in the Niners game. I was just about the only guy who did. I really didn't think it was going to be as bad as it was.
Yeah.
But we come off high after that Ravens win, and all of a sudden it's, we're going to the Super Bowl again. Well, calm down a little bit. Then the Niners thing happened. Well, now fire Freddie Kitchens. I mean, that's literally
I don't
where
like that.
everyone is at.
I hate when people do
So we're
that.
trying to get that in between. And quite frankly, is if you looked at the schedule before the
Larry
season
is not
began,
allowed. Like Larry can't be allowed in our church. He's just not accepting. He's a hater.
If you had the Browns better than 3-3 at the bye week before the season began,
The bye week.
and that's next week.
Yeah.
If you had them better than 3-3 before the season began, I'm not going to call you delusional.
I did
but I'm
it
going
first.
to suggest that maybe you were.
I did it first
Oh, it's
because they
fine.
were looking good. They were looking good out of the preseason. I really have, but they usually
I could
do.
have made a case for 4-2,
But
I'm also a realist who
was
used to be
really
a season ticket
hoping.
holder, so
I'm still really hoping that we'll at least.
you can still finish 9-7 or 10-6.
That's what I'm thinking.
You can.
We
And
can.
win this division at that.
Yes.
You could even be 11-5.
But
that could happen.
I just don't know if they're there yet, though.
You got to win the damn games. You're going through the hard part of your schedule. This is almost the end of it because outside of going into New England after the bye week, you don't have a lot ahead of you after that.
I was going to say we don't have as many. We've been getting pounded by really great
Good
teams in the
team.
beginning.
Just been getting pounded.
Yep.
Cosby putting to the face kind of
That's
pounded.
right.
And that was really all I had. You guys gave me predictions.
Gotcha.
I've heard Larry and other listeners weigh in. And I think that's all I have got as well, because that's about all the time that
I'm thinking 8-8, 9-7, like
that's
Larry
what they're
does.
saying,
Yeah,
Larry's saying too.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 7-9 though, or something like that.
You could go 5-1 or 6-0 in your division.
Yeah.
That's plausible.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the Ravens are going to do when they play the Niners later in the season, or when they play the Patriots later in the season. There's so many things at play. We can't just take 10 to 15 minutes to just have a simple discussion about it, because there's so much more to it. It's an onion, and you got that onion in your hand. You're peeling all sorts of layers off.
I would love, even if we don't make it to the Super Bowl, which I don't think we in any reality we would make it to the Super Bowl, but I would love for us to at least make it to the playoffs, even if we get swept. Like just fucking.
You lose the one game. I mean, it's not sweet. Even if you get crushed.
I thought they played more than one game in the
They're
playoffs.
not a series, no.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's baseball.
Yeah.
And basketball and hockey.
Yeah. Everything
Every
else
other
but
sport.
football.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, blown out. How about that?
I was gonna say maybe Swept Away,
Yeah.
starring Madonna and Guy
yeah.
Ritchie.
Blown out is a better way to say it.
Sure. Just blown out.
Now let me ask you.
You're gonna
and
ask me?
college
All right.
football does have series though, right?
No.
No, they don't. I thought they had brackets to where it was.
That's brackets. That's different.
Okay, I'm like so.
As soon as
confused
you
there for a
lose, you're
second.
done.
Gotcha.
And just the one game.
That's kind of stupid, right?
No, not with the way football's structured.
I guess. Anyways,
Well, you want to do a round robin, or now we're gonna get into deeper stuff that really doesn't matter.
God.
well,
Hey,
you want your Browns on a hot dog, Larry?
What?
You said the Browns are like onions. They smell, make you cry, but are delicious on a hot dog.
He's all
Have you had Baker Mayfield on a hot dog? Is that what you're saying? I love this old BJ on a hot dog. That's
I don't know.
sorry, Larry.
Anyways,
I don't.
Yeah.
Sounds gross.
Larry will be on later this month.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah,
It'll be fun.
But that literally was all I had. And
Yeah.
Anyone else? So,
But
until next time.
Yeah.
This time has been the most recent.
That's right.
There we go.
That's like your catch thing too.
Yeah, that's my catchphrase. Yes, you have to have one.
I don't
Yeah,
have one.
I mean,
Then make
I
one
have
up.
mine. I have mine.
Not you, her.
Oh.
I don't have one.
Be like, boo,
boo.
There's your catchphrase, boo.
I feel like I'm a real ghost now.
Okay, but anyways, yes, the 27th, Larry. So that's the show.
So, is that the show?
Yes, that's the show.
All right, that's the show.
I'm trying to think
That's the show, everybody.
because I don't think I wrote it on the
Thanks
outline.
for all the words and stuff.
But let me double check to see who
All the
is.
words. You don't know what's going on. You really just don't know.
Push the merch.
The merch. Buy the merch. Since he's not speaking.
Yeah.
He's confused. Thanks, Allison.
I believe Brian Carpenter is our guest next week.
Hey, that guy that works with wood and stuff?
The hoodie
No.
is $22.75. Larry.
Yeah.
But he's a carpenter. Did he have that song with his sister? She's playing drums.
Larry, you could get the
Yeah, check
the
the
shirt
site.
at cost. Actually,
Is it lower now?
since you're on the show, I can get it to you for a discount.
Slight
so you
discount.
won't have to pay full price.
Is Brian Carpenter on top of the world, looking down on creation?
No, he's a veteran. I believe he was involved with the bombing and lost some limbs and stuff, and he's going to be talking with us about some of the
next week,
stuff that
right?
he does. Yeah. So
The show.
we'll have that. Make sure you follow us on the social medias.
All
Twitter,
medias.
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You can also check us out live on the epicradioshow.com. Our merch is for sale on there. Literally, there's like a picture that you can click and it'll take you right to the site to purchase the merch.
The merch.
We have shirts, hoodies,
Hats?
baseball hats. Well, I mean like snapbacks or whatever.
Yeah, those hats.
And beanies,
Flippy floppies,
Flippy
even though the
floppies,
season's changing.
phone cases,
So, you know.
like all kinds of stuff. So,
Do you want to mention that you were giving away a free shirt earlier? Did
We-
you
He's
wanna...
right. Did anybody say
There
stuff?
were some people, but
there's like 2 or 3 people.
wondering.
But I will say it right now. I am giving away an Epic Radio Show unisex T-shirt.
T-shirt.
All you have to do is comment below, I want to win.
That's it.
I want to win.
And then
That's all you have to do.
Your name will be put in a hat.
Yep, we will put your name in a hat. We will draw it, and then I will contact you and either deliver it to you. Thank you, Larry. Everything will be sent to you either by
Carrier
mail
pigeon,
or in person.
mail,
Carrier
person,
pigeon.
whatever.
I don't know.
We'll get it to you.
What's
So-
a T-shirt that's not unisex?
It's either
There,
just
there will be male or female.
But like,
They're made
is
differently.
it a design then?
I think it's
Like
just
men
the
wear
fit.
V-necks. That's femmy looking. if it's the right size.
That I am just going by what the.
I know it's a definition.
Stop questioning things that he doesn't control.
Not him. It's not him that I'm questioning. I'm questioning the words and what they mean.
Well,
no, there's extra large, and medium. That's the shirts that we have.
So regardless of sex or size, we most likely have a shirt for you, unless you're small or huge.
There you go, Rachel. So Brian Carpenter was blown up by a bomb. He's a war hero, book writer. He was an MMA fighter, bodybuilder, and
some
and
other
more.
things.
Yep, and other things. So he's going to be talking with us next week.
Yeah, buddy.
And does he hate jokes about the band, the Carpenters?
I guess
don't know.
maybe
I guess we'll
find
find out. You tune in next week. Whatever sex. That's correct.
Yes.
That's a bio. It is. All right. So we will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for joining us.
You'll see us.
Like I said earlier, if you would like to know more information on the Magnolia House, visit their website at magnoliahouse.org. Yep. You can find out more information, see if there's one near you. And we will see you guys next week.
You'll see us next
And
week.
as always, make life epic.
Dear Mr. President, there are too many states nowadays. Please eliminate 3. I am not a crackpot.
Oh, wow, that was terrible.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Go!
That's my only real motivation, is not to be hassled. That and the fear of losing my job, but you know, Bob, that'll only make someone work just hard enough not to get fired.
And I'm sorry, we're out of time. Bye.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Please leave this office.
Do we get any sort of souvenir?
Get out of my office!
Oh my God, it feels so good. Oh yeah, oh slow down. Oh yeah, who's your daddy?
That's all, folks.